Hello, everybody, hello. Come with Halo shampoo into the home of that great new television personality, the man known to millions as the ideal family man, actor, singer, dancer, the one and only Banjo Eyes, Eddie Cantor.
Hello, everybody. But where is everybody? Marjorie? Hello. Natalie? Hello. Edna? Marilyn? Janet? Hello. 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 Not a baritone in the bunch. What I want to hear is, hello, Daddy.
Hello, Daddy.
Ida. Halo means natural beauty. The first time that you use it, you need no special rinsing after you use it. So halo, everybody. Halo.
Hello, hello.
Junk food supper.
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 Junk food
Junk
supper.
food supper.
Junk food supper.
Welcome to Junk Food Supper, episode number 38, the world's most popular Eddie Cantor podcast. This is the show where every week we review a weird-ass movie, some of which are even older than your grandparents. I'm one of your hosts, Sean Byron, joined as always by my other host, Parker Bowman, up in the, I believe it's 559. Let's hope I got that correct this time. What's going on,
Yeah.
Mr. Bowman?
Nothing much. You are correct. It's the 559 for now. I think they're changing the area code up here, at which point I'll have to move because I really like this area code.
You're moving up to 560.
569 is where I'll have to move. That's a good
Okay.
area code.
I see.
Imagine having a 69 or a 420. Where's the 420 area code?
Well, that's got to be in like Humboldt County, right?
Oh man, I hope so. I hope it is. That would be wild.
Can you like petition the government for like a certain area code for your town? Because I feel like, there's got to be desirable area codes that are just going to waste on places in the middle of nowhere,
I would think so. I mean, like, what's like a good one? Like
Like Vegas should have 666, right? It's Sin City. Like you got to put that there.
That's true. That would be a good one. That's really like the only one that would be good. Like, I mean, well, I guess 777. Maybe if you're like in a small town in Missouri.
That's
probably
probably
want 777.
Atlantic City. They're trying to get in on that 666, and they're like, you know what? We're the lucky town, even though nobody's ever described Atlantic City as a lucky place in history.
Deeply unlucky, that place. But yeah, outside of that, I mean, I would guess like the triple numbers are all probably pretty popular because they're easy to remember.
Yeah, sequential numbers, perhaps. Maybe somebody would like to be area code 123.
I bet they would.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well,
Oh.
it's fascinating stuff. Area codes chat. This is our new segment we call Area Codes Chat.
I think it's a good thing to chat about. I'm curious now about that 420 area code. I'm going to look it up later.
Why are the other podcasts not delving into these issues? This is a real hot button type issue right here.
I agree. This is the kind of issue you consult your congressman about.
Yeah. Start a lettering campaign, print out a leaflet. Let's get people talking about this.
Yeah, I think it's a good idea. But what about you? How's your week? Did you watch the Academy Awards? I know that your Poor Things were fire. They were winning awards.
Yeah, they won some awards, which was nice to see. It was also kind of disheartening to see Oppenheimer win, a lot of the top honors. A movie that I think is horrendously overrated, but I didn't watch the ceremony. I watched a few highlights on YouTube afterwards, and that was enough for me, I think. I was too busy watching the sumo.
You watching just sumo competitions?
Yeah, it's the March tournament in Osaka. The Grand Sumo tournament has begun. We're on like day 3 right now. It's pretty exciting stuff.
Is there like a specific guy you like, or are you just like into the thing as a whole?
Yeah, there's a few guys I like. This one guy, Hosha Ryu, is really good. He's at Ozeki level right now. But I just like watching the tournaments, and it's just fun. You kind of never know what will happen.
Do the guy that you like, does he do a lot of the slapping? I like to see the slapping.
He does some slapping. He'll grab your tits. That's something he'll do. He'll just like sink his fingers right into your tits, you know?
No, I don't like
Oh,
that.
yeah.
I don't like that.
It's totally legal, man. You can grab tits all day long. You can tear them off if you can. You can try at least.
That's wild. I don't know if I care for that. What is there? What is illegal? What can you not do in a sumo fight?
I mean, you can't eye gouge, you know, you can't, I don't think you can pull hair, but the rulings on that are kind of a little bit vague because sometimes you see maneuvers where it looks like a guy's hair is being pulled maybe, but it's pretty brutal. Like headbutts are not only legal, they're encouraged. So you get these 400-pound dudes charging on each other head first, just butting heads. It's pretty wild stuff.
Like E Honda, that's his main move that he does in Street Fighter.
Yeah, well, and also you'll see in the March tournament, most likely, at least a few guys kind of levitate sideways, like a Superman style, like E Honda does, you know? Just come flying right at you.
It's a good move to do.
Yeah.
Well, that sounds better than the Oscars for sure. Those Oscars, I don't know about them. All those Oppenheimer awards. Who needs that guy?
I kind of enjoyed Ryan Gosling's musical performance as Ken. I thought that was all right.
Oh yeah, I wanted to see that, but I have not watched it yet. I didn't watch it, so
It's on YouTube. I think all the good parts are clipped out for you.
yeah, that's what I want to see. I guess that's really it. I don't know. I guess that was like the only thing I wanted to see.
You can see the Godzilla guys win for best visual effects, which is it's charming, you know, especially because they brought their Godzilla toys on stage. I will be honest, you won't understand a single word these guys say up there on stage, but they're not, you know, on-camera talent, so that it's, you know, to be expected. Kind of just wish they had brought a translator instead of trying to wing it, but you know, very charming to see those guys win that, so that was cool.
Yeah, I'm happy for Godzilla.
Me too. We all love Godzilla. Now he's you know, some of the choices in the movies, you know, but I love Godzilla.
Yeah, you know, and it gives you hope. You know, it's like if Godzilla, after fighting a smog monster and doing all this silly stuff, having a Godzuki, if he can win an award after like what's it been 70 years, then maybe we're right around the corner from like that Jason movie that's going to win an Oscar. You know, maybe Jason will finally win Best Actor or something.
Yeah. And is it too late to give a cartoon monkey an Oscar? I mean, come on.
It's never too late for that. Actually, this might be the year. There's that new Planet of the Apes movie coming out.
Yeah, why not?
I think it's time.
What about your week?
Fairly uneventful. Yeah. I've been watching a lot of Curb Your Enthusiasm because it's the last season, so I'm catching up, watching all the seasons over again, catching up on the ones I missed. It's a pretty funny show. I don't know if you've ever heard this before about this guy, Larry David, who has created two of the greatest comedies of all time, but he's pretty funny.
You're saying the guys' names are Larry and David? I've never heard of them.
Two different guys, Larry and David. Both last names are Jones. Larry Jones, David Jones. They created Seinfeld and they created Curb Your Enthusiasm. What are you talking about? You don't watch Curb Your Enthusiasm?
Now, do they have any connection to the comedy team of Larry and Charles? Because I know those guys.
No, you're thinking about young Charles. He doesn't do comedies. He does a horror movie.
Oh, okay. I've seen a little bit of Curb. Like I watched like the first couple years, you know, when did this show start? I feel like it's early 2000s, right?
Yeah, maybe like 2000, 2001. It was pretty early on.
Well, I watched like the first two, maybe 2.5 seasons or so, and then that's, I think, the last time that I've seen any of it. I feel like maybe I should go back.
I think you'd like it. A lot of these LA comedians pop up from time to time, you know, because the show is all improv, you know, like they just go, this is what we're doing in this scene, and then they kind of make it up. So he brings in all these fun comedians, you know, your Nick Kroll's, your Super Daves.
Yeah.
You know, pretty much anybody who's funny has been on the show.
How much Jeff Garlin do I have to wade through to get to that?
What do you think? He's good. What's your problem with Jeff Garlin?
No, I don't promote his toxic on-set behavior,
Well, yeah. I do think it's funny, though, that he got fired from that show, that goofy-ass ABC, like, milquetoast-ass sitcom. And then he was like, okay, I'll just go finish up and do the final season of one of the greatest shows ever. See you guys. That's pretty good. That's a good spiteful move.
Maybe there's more to the Jeff Garlin thing that I'm not aware of, but it does seem like Guy just got canceled for being a little bit of a grump. And it's like, isn't that fine? Can't you just be a little bit of a grump? Isn't that most people are a little bit of a grump,
Yeah. I mean, yeah, unless there's more to the story that wasn't released. And there probably was, because I do remember defending Army Hammer and then finding out that he is much more than just kinky. So possibly there is. But yeah, like his whole, like, I think he like yelled at somebody on set because like they weren't being like, they were like goofing off instead of like rehearsing or something like that, which seems pretty fucking normal to me. I don't know if you're in a workplace environment. Like if I was in a workplace environment and somebody was goofing off, I'd be like, hey, fucking knock it off. I want to get paid today. Let's finish the fucking job. Right. Like, so it's my understanding that's all that happened with Jeff Garlin. So,
and meanwhile, I feel like Christian Bale came off as some kind of a hero for verbally attacking that poor lighting tech or whatever that was in his sightline or whatever nonsense that was. Like people liked that about Christian Bale.
Yeah, no, I mean, yeah. And then who was it that yelled? Was it Tom Cruise that like berated a PA that wasn't wearing a mask during COVID, and he was hailed as a hero for that?
Yeah. Which, I mean, I'm on board with people wanting to take work seriously. It's not a joke when I pay these guys money for the movies that they make. You know what I mean? Like, the ticket price is no joke. So let's stop dicking around on these sets, guys.
Yeah, I think it's reasonable to want to take a $300 million movie seriously, especially if you're like a Tom Cruise who like the movies like ride and die on like like if. Like, seems reasonable to get personally invested. But now we're going to get canceled for this.
Probably. Well. Bring it on.
We had a good run. We're going to have to join the Ben Shapiro podcast network now that we're canceled.
I feel like at this point I can't fall any further, Bowman.
well, yeah, there is that. Well, speaking of falling.
Oh.
I fell pretty hard this week, me personally.
You fell hard for following the Twin Peaks theme by Julie Cruz?
Well, yeah, that too. But I also fell in our music league where I came in last place. Deeply upsetting for me.
Who's the best bowman of all time?
It was not me. I mean, I came in last place. I only had 18 points.
Yeah, it was a bloodbath.
Well, it wasn't that bad. I mean, the next person up had 19. You had only 3 more points than me, so it wasn't too bad. I mean, well, it was a bloodbath in terms of the fact that Mike won by like a zillion points, this son of a bitch.
Yeah, I think he had nearly double what we had. And he's probably going to do it again this round. If
he's really good.
Predicting
he's
it.
Very good. He's good at this game. But yeah, so for those who aren't in the Discord and who didn't hear us talking about it very excitedly last week, we're doing a JFD music league thing, which is like this app where you get together with your buddies, you pick categories for music, everybody picks a song anonymously, the app makes a Spotify playlist of it, you listen to the playlist, you vote on your favorite songs, you talk about them, you make funny comments. It's a whole thing. It's very fun. So we just completed the first round. I wanted to talk just a little bit about it because it's very interesting. This is like a fun new thing for me. I'm having a lot of fun with it. Are you having a lot of fun with it? You're the admin, so I imagine you must be having a lot of fun.
I'm having fun, but I mean, let's not undersell the amount of responsibility that I do have as an admin. I mean, it's incumbent upon me to pick the names of these silly categories.
Yeah.
It's my responsibility to occasionally rush things along if need be, which doesn't really happen because there's kind of a set timer to it. Yeah, but I am the admin.
Yeah, well, you might need to do that. I noticed that Robert hasn't picked his picks all day long.
Oh, let's not talk about Robert.
I don't know if he's sleepy or what's going on with him, but
Let's not talk about people on European time zones and how much I've come to despise those time zones.
yeah. So yeah, we have like JFD oriented categories. There were like what 6 last time? 5.
I think 5 on the first one. There's 12 now in this new round that we're doing.
Yeah, we had Happy New Year, Sci-Fi February, Ghoul Summer, Schlocktober, Christmas Crap, and then so you take those categories, you find a song that kind of fits. I thought it worked out really great. I thought it had the Happy New Year was so erotic.
I got to be honest. I mean, I think the second round of Happy New Year that we just completed was maybe better than the first. I don't know. It's certainly different than the first. I was surprised at how different it was. It was
much hornier.
Much hornier, much I don't know, more aggressive, kind of gross. It almost slid into Ghoul Summer territory this time, I feel like.
Yeah, which I wasn't expecting because that was my instinct too. I picked a song by the Urinal Mints called "Fuck Me Up the Ass" and "Come on My Back," and I was like, "Oh, I'll be the only one who goes this lewd," and then that's what'll get me the points is because I'm brave enough to go this lewd. Everybody else was this lewd, even more lewd. So so my song completely sucked because it seemed quaint in comparison. I went the wrong way with it.
Somebody went hard with Dr. Octagon. That's always a pretty filthy choice. Somebody picked Blowfly, Electronic Pussy Sucker. I'm guessing that's Kevin Moss based on what I know about him and his fuck style.
Yeah. Yeah. So like, have you found any like good jams that you weren't like aware of over the course of these few rounds so far? Like, have you added anything to like your liked list on Spotify? Are you finding new stuff?
Let me look through and see if I have. I feel like I must have.
Like, it's weird. Like, I feel like a lot of the goal is to find like just weird stuff, which is like cool. But like, I don't know how often I'm going to listen to Shave 'Em Dry by Lucille Bogan, that 20s lady who sings about cum. But but there are some jams. Like that I had actually never heard that Kenny Rogers Planet Texas song before. And it's a jam. I'm going to be listening to it all the time.
Oh, yeah. I think maybe the Sci-Fi February round yielded the best tracks for me. I like that Kenny Rogers one. There was another one in the year 2525 I had never heard by Visage. I thought that was kind of interesting.
Oh, yeah. That was a good one.
But yeah, I'm not really sure that I've yet figured out how to best win at this game. Like, I'm having fun. I like to have, these kind of curated playlists of, tracks on a given theme, but they're usually tracks I would never think of putting on the playlist. But I don't know that I've developed a strategy of winning yet because, as you mentioned, I was like third place, or not third from last in the previous round. I don't feel too confident still in this coming round. I think I'm just, I'm here to have fun. Just pick songs that I want to hear, that I want to share with people, I guess. And then fingers crossed that works out. Yeah,
that's my attitude too. Like I'm well aware of the fact that I listen to music that nobody else likes. So I'm just here to have fun, like I feel like if like a guy like won a contest to be a part of like the NBA All-Star team, that's me, I won a contest. I'm here. I'm just looking to have fun and hang out with LeBron a little bit on the weekend,
Yeah, totally. Do you feel like you've found some sort of trend or commonality in what is winning? I mean, not that I do want to adjust my strategy of just picking what I like to hear, but I wonder if there is a cheat code.
I mean, I haven't tried it yet, but I'm pretty certain that my emergency button, as I've mentioned to you and Justin before, is going to be Angelo Badalamenti because of, like you are there, Justin's there, Luke is there. We got a lot of Twin Peaksmen in there. So I feel like that if you'd start leaning heavily into that, you could probably win. I actually did almost, not because I wanted to win, just because I like it. I almost picked the Pink Room song for Ghoul Summer, but then I changed it up. But But it seems like weird oddities win more often than not.
Yeah.
Like, stuff that's like not quite a novelty song, but almost.
Yeah. It's like stuff that should have been played on Dr. Demento, but hasn't been played on Dr. Demento yet. You know, like that seems to be what wins.
Yeah, it seems like that wins a lot of the time. And also just bangers. Like, what was the one? Who won that last round, that Happy New Year round? Strokin' won.
Oh, yeah. Strokin' is just a banger.
Like, yeah, sometimes you just pick a banger, you're going to win. So it's either like weird, obscure stuff or just like hard to deny this is the greatest song of all time sort of stuff.
Which of your picks from the first game would you say you are most proud of?
That is a great question. Let's see. Let me go through it. What did I pick for all of these? I mean, I was really happy with. I know. I think you left a mean comment about it, so I don't think you liked it. But for Ghoul Summer, I picked a cover of the G.G. Allin song about how he's infected with AIDS and he fucks every day and he kills everything he fucks. It's called "I Kill Everything I Fuck." I love that song. I was very sad that the actual G.G. Allin version is not on Spotify. So I feel like I only lost that round because I had to go with the cover and it wasn't the original. That's my rationale. But I really like that song, so I'm glad I made other people listen to it.
Yeah, I think my mean comment was kind of just to the effect of if the original wasn't here, there's like a million other songs you could have picked instead of something that isn't what you wanted. But
okay. Yeah, that's right. That's right. Yeah.
I'm cool.
Yeah, I guess that's not too mean. I thought, yeah.
I'm cool with the pick overall.
Okay.
I feel like I was happy with my Ghoul Summer pick as well. I picked this Japanese like gabbercore techno track called "Taste Like a Vomit"
from
an artist whose name I don't know how to pronounce. Maybe Corellis. Maybe that's how you would say it. But they've got a lot of very aggressive, very loud Japanese gabbercore tracks out there.
I don't know about that kind of stuff, but I think I remember liking that. I think I voted for that one. Oh, yeah.
I think you know all about the taste of a vomit, though.
I do know about that, yeah.
I like the inclusion of, the indefinite article there. It doesn't taste like vomit. It tastes like a vomit.
Yeah. I like that a lot. And then I'm also proud I picked a Chuck Berry song for Schlocktober, which did well. I would have had like 3 points this entire game if not for that Chuck Berry song saving me, so I'm happy about that.
It was a classic, Trick or Treat, and I thought that Kevin Moss picked it the entire time.
That's my trick. Yeah, I know Kevin's musical taste so well that sometimes I'm like I'm trying to go in there with songs that Kevin would have picked, so I can get those Kevin points.
Son of a bitch.
Calm down, Kevin.
That's been my goal here a little bit.
I do feel like there's a portion in this app where like when you're submitting your song, you can put a comment in there. And I've been going back and forth on whether or not I like want to put comments to try and like hype up the song. Should I just let the song speak for itself and leave no comment? Am I potentially putting myself at risk of being identified if the comments sound like a Sean Byron comment, and then maybe I'm risking votes because nobody wants to vote for my stuff?
Yeah, I write exactly how I talk, so I feel like it's pretty like whenever I write anything substantial, I feel like it's pretty obvious. And also my picks are probably sometimes kind of obvious anyway, maybe because although I haven't picked one pop punk song yet, so I'm trying to stay incognito with that. Like I'm a little being secretive. So, but yeah, I feel like if you write too much, people will know who it is.
I can't believe the restraint you've shown so far. No ska, as far as I remember. You didn't pick the Specials Ghost Town for Schlocktober?
No, I did not. Although I'm going to write that down. Maybe I will.
I didn't hear any Necrogoblicon tracks.
No. Although you probably will at some point, because Luke is in the league, and I know Luke likes Necrogoblicons. So I might garner some of his points with a well-timed Necrogoblicon.
Very few tracks from the esteemed music career of Corey Haim have been featured so far.
That's actually a good point. I should go with some Corey Feldman's.
I'm talking the Haim stuff, though. You remember back when he was real into music? That Me, Myself, and I video?
Yeah, I remember that.
He was getting into, What was it like? He was getting into Japanese funk, I think is what he said.
Yeah, something like that, yeah.
I'm a fan of Japanese movies.
Well, that has nothing to do with anything, Roger.
He's also a fan of the opera. Haim and Ebert.
I happen to be an opera fan.
He's a man of culture.
Yeah. So yeah, Music League. It's very fun. Find a link on our Discord. Join up with us. It's great.
Oh yeah, I guess that's the takeaway here is, come play Music League. Join our Discord. I think though, if you don't get in on this round, there's always going to be a new round starting up sometime soon.
Yeah, it's like very addictive. Like when you guys first started talking about this stuff, I had never heard of it. I think like Mike and Kevin were talking about it, and they were talking about how it's addictive and like stressful, and like you got to get in there with your picks, and like everybody wants everybody to do it as soon as possible. And I was like, what is this? Like, let's just take it easy. But like now I'm like, yeah, come on, let's get these picks. Let's do this. Like, I went to the gym like the other night just to listen to the song, so I had an excuse to like put my earbuds in. Like I'm all into it.
Are you still only in the one league?
No, I joined the Voter League.
Okay,
which is pretty intense. They go hard with like putting in notes and stuff. Like the first round of that one, it just started, was your theme music if you were a wrestler. And these people were putting in like these long stories about their gimmicks and like coming out to the ring and what's going on. And like, I think mostly that's how you get points over there is whatever you're writing, more so than the songs, which I appreciate. I think that's fun. But yeah, that's a fun one so far. A lot of more basic stuff over there, which is not a good nor bad thing, but I found myself listening to Paul McCartney in that league the other day, and I was like, "Oh my goodness, what's happening?"
Yikes. Yeah, I mean, for what it's worth, I'm pretty impressed with the musical knowledge of the JFD listener base so far. I mean, people are pulling out some real deep cuts. It's pretty impressive.
Yeah, it's fun to find. Fun that someone will be in the league and make you listen to an old blues lady from the 20s singing about cum. I never thought I'd hear that before, but I'm glad that I have.
Yeah, and it's just another example of technology bringing us all together to listen to old timey ladies sing about cum.
And another way that technology can bring us together is by the power of voicemails. Sean, did you know that?
I knew it. Sounds like Kevin Moss was a little bit surprised.
I think you're right.
No.
All right, Kevin.
Yeah.
Put a sock in it.
You might not have been that surprised. I mean, he's done voicemails before. But we do have a voicemail. We got one from Tom from Adelaide. He's our main man. Here's what he's got to say.
Hey guys, Tom from Adelaide. Look, really sorry that I'm not going to be able to make it to meet up, but, I still just work a job that doesn't really pay that well. I mean, it pays better than, American jobs, but we also have to pay more for those things. So, whatever. I just hope you had a great fucking time in Cincinnati. I would love to be there with you, eating your weird cinnamon chili and all that shit. But, and watching Spooky. But, unfortunately, I just have to keep working like the boring man I am. Pretty much hope you guys have a fucking wonderful time. And, I'm sure it'll be great. So, enjoy. Cheers. Bye-bye.
Thank you, Tom. It would be fun if you could make it. Understandable that you can't travel across, 4 continents and 7,000 miles to do it. No hard feelings. This time anyway, when we do that meetup in Tasmania that we're planning, then you got to come. Otherwise, we're going to be really mad.
Yeah.
But yeah, the meetup's going to be fun. I'm excited. We're playing Spookies. It's a very confusing movie. There's going to be surprises at the show. It's going to be fun.
What kind of surprises?
Let me tell you the surprises.
Yeah. Lay it on me.
I can't tell you the surprise. I can't tell you the surprise.
What?
But there's going to be surprises. What? There won't be surprises.
You could just tell me.
I'll tell you. Here, should I whisper it?
Yeah, just turn off your
Will you
microphone.
be able to hear it?
Yeah.
Okay, I'll do that. I'll tell you later.
Oh, shit.
Yeah, it'll be fun.
I can't believe that surprise.
Okay, I see. The magic of radio.
Exactly. Wow. I'm glad that you turned off your microphone before you said that. And I'm glad that Tom called in, to officially apologize for this heinous crime against our podcast of not appearing at the meetup that I'm also probably 99% certain I'm not going to be appearing at. So, without me, I mean, is that even really a JFD meetup? Me, the creator of JFD?
Yeah, the creator of JFD won't be there. We are going to get Rusty, though. So it'll be the not the original three, since you're the original creator, but three other ones, I guess.
Yeah.
That is if Kevin's still coming. I mean, who even knows about Kevin? He's a busy guy. I said, Kevin, how many times are we going to get chili dogs? He said, I don't know, 5 or 6. I said, I need it 9 times. So now we're at an impasse. I don't even know what's going on with him.
Well, Kevin Moss these days is very busy trying to come up with obscure music picks for this music league, so I wouldn't put any extra pressure on the poor guy.
He's very efficient, that Kevin. That's what we've learned about his music picks.
Who is the quickest to respond? I think we don't need to call out the slowest to respond. I think we all know. We're all looking at exactly 2 names on that list. Who's fastest?
It's a good question. I feel like Mike and Kevin are usually pretty on top of it.
Yeah, they're pretty good. They're pros.
Yeah, I was almost the last person in the Zorbo League today, and I felt horrible. I was like, oh my God, like I can't have this humiliation on me. I cannot be the last person.
You were last in one of the rounds in JFD a couple days ago, if you remember.
Yeah. Well, I was last in the first round of the new one. I was like holding out for anybody else who wanted to straggle in.
No, I think even before that, if you go through the records, I believe you were called out for being a lollygagger.
That's probably true. I am a lollygagger. Oh yeah, I think I was at work that day, so I had to leave work to go listen to the songs. I just like to relax during entertainment. Well, that's true. I do like that.
Yeah.
But anywho, speaking of entertainment, we got a movie to talk about.
Oh, really?
It's called Pink something or another. Strike It Pink. Is that the name of the movie?
It's called Pink's Hot Dogs.
Pink's Hot Dogs is the movie. So we're going to take a quick break, and then we're going to be back to talk about that movie that your great-grandpa saw, so stick around.
She hasn't any imitators stay. That she has a rhythm that's so hard to imitate.
You have me high, then you have me low.
Who are you?
I'm a G-man.
A G-man? You mean a government man?
No, a Greek.
A Greek, a G-man. What did you want to see me about?
My name is Capo. Mr. Thrust is in charge of sales resistance.
What's that?
That's in case anybody resists. You see, our company is going to put a number of little amusement machines in the park.
Are they games of chance?
Not a chance.
I'll wind up with a calabash pipe on some back porch in some small town. If you decide to settle down and wind up with me.
That book won't help you now.
In an extreme emergency, use the super magnetic eye.
No.
Both magnetic fingers?
No.
And the super triple magnetic stance?
No.
Drop that gun. Aren't you Charlie?
I was.
What? You mean you're really dead?
Dead.
How do you feel?
Dead.
All right, welcome back to Junk Food Supper. The movie on the show tonight is going to be Strike Me Pink from 1936, starring Eddie Cantor, famed comedian of vaudeville, radio, film, and later TV. Now, let me ask you, Bowman, is this your first exposure to Eddie Cantor?
It is. I mean, I've heard the name, but this is my first time seeing him do anything.
You've never been to his deli on Fairfax?
I think, yeah. Is that serious? Does he have something to do with that?
I think it's just a Jewish surname, you know?
Okay. Yeah. Well, yeah, I think we went there. It was a good deli, from what I remember, if I'm thinking of the right one. But
yeah, very good deli. Good black and white cookies.
Yeah. I don't think I had one of those, but I do like a good black and white cookie.
Yeah. Well, yeah, so this is an Eddie Cantor vehicle. He was a pretty big deal at the time, and we'll get into him a little bit more later. But this also co-stars the great Ethel Merman of stage and screen. Or would you consider yourself to be a big Ethel Merman head?
Once again, I've heard the name, mostly like probably on like Hollywood Squares or something. Like she's probably like a trivia answer, or like the Tiny Toons made a joke about her or something like that. But I can't say that I've ever seen any of her stuff.
Again, she also was huge at the time, you know, had a very notable singing career, was in a ton of Broadway shows, you know, and a lot of movies. I was always confused that she was not referred to as Ethel Mermaid, that she went with Merman, but, you know, I guess that was her prerogative, you know.
Yeah. Well, gender is fluid, you know. Gender is fluid.
Even in the 30s, apparently. Also, ethnicity is fluid, it appears, because one of the other co-stars of this movie is a guy named Park Your Carcass. I'm assuming this was your first exposure to Park Your Carcass. I'm not even going to ask you. But Park Your Carcass was a non-Greek feller. I believe he was Jewish American from Boston, but not Greek whatsoever, who made an interesting career as like being like a stereotypical Greek in a number of comedy settings, whether it was radio or TV or in films like this. That was his thing, kind of like Iron Eyes Cody, you know, many decades later would make a career out of being a false Native American. This guy was a false Greek. I think these days he's maybe most famous for his fatal heart attack, which he suffered on stage immediately after delivering his Friars Club roast of Lucy and Desi in 1958. He was up there on the dais, gave by all accounts, a hilarious roast of Lucy and Desi. People were in stitches. He sat down and just promptly died of a heart attack. So R.I.P. Park Your Carcass, a weird dude who had a weird career, but is kind of fascinating to me.
Yeah. I like how far we've come to rise above racism, that this guy is known for like stereotypically like a stereotypical Greek caricature. And if you were to ask me what's stereotypically Greek, I would have no fucking idea. Like if you're like, hey, be racist against Greeks real quick, I would have no way to respond to that.
I mean, I guess you could talk about sandals, togas. I mean,
olive oil, maybe? Is that a thing?
Flatbreads, right?
Yeah, that could be.
Yeah. I mean, let's not forget their fuck styles. I mean, I guess that was certainly a notable element of the Greek culture. But
certainly.
He's in this anyways. Park Your Carcass, kind of a fun dude. Also in this are the Goldwyn Girls, which is the name for the roster of beautiful lady dancers that worked for Samuel Goldwyn at this point in time. In this movie, Eddie Cantor plays Eddie Pink, who is a hapless schmuck sort of a dude, much like pretty much every character Eddie Cantor played is a hapless schmuck sort of a dude. In this movie, he sort of accidentally ends up becoming the manager of a local amusement park called the Dreamland Amusement Park. Prior to that, he's running this little shop with all these funny little machines that will like shine your shoes automatically, or like break in your shoes automatically, or like break in your tobacco pipes, like all these funny little Rube Goldberg type contraptions that he's working with early on. I thought that was kind of a fun little bit. But unfortunately for him, this theme park that he is now in control of is in the crosshairs of a bunch of local gangsters who want to muscle their way in and install their dreaded slot machines. At first, they're a bit surprised by Eddie Pink's resistance because, you see, this normally timid 98-pound weakling of a guy has recently listened to a self-improvement record called How to Be a Tough Guy or something like this. And through a series of mix-ups, he's convinced himself that it actually works and that he actually is now kind of a tough guy. So that's kind of a source of comedy through a lot of this. These wily gangsters, though, have something else up their sleeve because they know that Eddie's got the hots for famed nightclub singer Joyce Lennox, played by the aforementioned Ethel Merman. And they'll use that knowledge against him. You know, they're going to employ her to try and get at his theme park. One of those gangsters, by the way, is played by William Frawley, who you might remember as Fred from I Love Lucy. And it's just fun to see that guy playing kind of a heavyweight villain type in this instead of just playing, you know, like a goofy neighbor that hates his wife. What else about this? Oh, I guess I should have expected it. But this is yet another movie that features a Mr. Jackpot scene where our hero, Eddie Cantor, can't stop winning at slots. I don't know if I'm trying to send some sort of signal through the ether to Bowman and encourage him to play more slot machines or what I'm doing, but I feel like that's a thematic element that keeps coming back up is people just winning at slots over and over again.
True. We may have good luck from these winnings we've seen cinematically.
Yeah, and maybe you could, like Eddie Cantor does in this, win a jackpot that consists of, I think it was 4 entire quarters, which I guess was considered a jackpot in 1936.
Yeah.
Anyhow, that's more or less the plot. But the reason that I love this movie is not the plot. It's Eddie Cantor himself, a dude who I didn't even really know anything about until the past few years when I started streaming his flicks. I think mostly through Canopy, which I think still has most of them up. At least it has this one up, and I'm thankful for that because I thought that they were a ton of fun. You know, I was surprised that there was a guy from this time period, from the 30s, who was so popular and so funny that I feel like doesn't get the recognition today. You know, people talk about the Marx Brothers, people talk about, you know, your silent greats, your Chaplins and your Keatons and stuff, and they talk about, you know, your Abbotts and your Costellos and your Laurels and your Hardys and all these people. But I feel like Eddie Cantor's name, at least in my experience, never came up, and I was just kind of surprised that, hey, you know, here's a guy that is this funny, and I feel like has a style of comedy that has aged pretty well. Very few references to anything topical or contemporary. A lot of his humor is kind of ageless, just these simple kind of scenarios of him being kind of a dweeb or kind of a weakling and making googly eyes and things like this. And I feel like that's, you know, a lot of this humor I feel like translated into comedians that I grew up really enjoying. I feel like, you know, Mel Brooks probably took a lot from Eddie Cantor. I think Richard Lewis was a big fan. I think these days maybe Cantor's name comes up most often in the context of Looney Tunes, because out of all of his many credits, one is that he co-wrote the theme music to Merry Melodies, which is kind of crazy. That song that plays before every Merry Melodies, which is called, I think, Merrily We Go Along, was co-written by Eddie Cantor. And the WB animators, yeah. And I guess the animators were clearly pretty big fans of the guy, because if you go back, there's actually a number of Looney Tunes cartoons where they do a direct caricature of Eddie Cantor. You know, it'll be like one of those scenes where it's like Humphrey Bogart and some guy that you don't recognize. And the guy oftentimes is Eddie Cantor. So, and I think even like if you look at, you know, Daffy Duck, I feel like the characterization of Daffy Duck, especially in the early shorts, is maybe partially based on some of Eddie Cantor's, you know, comedic tics. Anyhow, I think this movie is still very fun. It's loaded with jokes in a way that I think most comedies are not, you know, unless you happen to be a Zucker Brothers comedy or something like this. It really is kind of just jam-packed with jokes. There's some cute little dance scenes. I like that one where a woman named Sunny O'Day tap dances with her reflection in a shiny black floor. I thought that was really cool. And man, the ending of this movie at the theme park, wowza. You know, even though Eddie Cantor is not a stuntman, you know, he's not a Buster Keaton, somehow he manages to have one of the most action-packed and honestly, and very creative thrill rides of an ending that I can remember in any of these old-time comedies. It goes on for a long time. There's all these hijinks on a roller coaster, hijinks in a hot air balloon, hijinks on a trapeze, and it's just kind of nonstop. And I thought that stuff was pretty impressive, you know, filmmaking wise, and also just comedically very funny. Did you enjoy that ending? Just real quick.
I did. Yeah, it was. I don't think I liked it as much as you, because like some of it is like kind of like green screen and stuff. So it's like,
yeah,
I'd imagine like if you saw it in the theater, like you probably were, your mind would have been blown. But you know, knowing like, I don't know. I mean, not to besmirch it too much, because it's mostly fun. But it's like some of these other guys, like these Buster Keatons, were really going for it.
Yeah,
like so to kind of see some green screen stuff.
He's definitely not that guy. He's not a stunt man. You know, he was a radio comedian and kind of like a vaudeville comedian. You know, I don't think they wanted to risk him potentially killing himself and then him losing his NBC radio spot or whatever. But
but yeah, super fun and like super fast paced for being like what, the early 30s, mid 30s, like.
Yeah.
Because I mean, yeah, like Dracula was what, like 2 years before this, and that whole movie was just like a guy standing in the background of a shot, like talking slowly. And then you have this, which feels modern, where it's just like, zipping all around and fast edits and all this kind of crazy stuff.
Yeah, exactly. I did want to give you a little bit of context or an interesting story about this theme park. So the theme park in this movie that they call the Dreamland amusement park was actually filmed at the Pike in Long Beach, which was a park that was open from 1902 to 1979. And there's the most insane story on the Wikipedia page for it that I don't think I had ever heard before. I think I would have remembered this. It says here, in 1976, during the filming of The $6 Million Man, somebody spotted a mannequin in the corner of the ride that was called Laugh in the Dark. When the person reached for the arm of the mannequin, it shockingly came off, and it was then noticed that this was no dummy, but an actual corpse. The man was later identified as Elmer McCurdy, an outlaw in the early 20th century who had been shot by police. McCurdy had no living relatives, so the undertaker took the body and asked the public to put a nickel in its mouth to see the corpse. A carnival runner turned up and claimed McCurdy was his long-lost relative. It then made its way across carnivals and amusement parks for decades until people forgot it was an actual mummy. The body was returned to Oklahoma, where it is now buried. Pretty wild story that there was this Laugh in the Park theme park ride. that housed a real corpse for years and nobody knew.
That's cool. I enjoy that because like there's like a lot of like weird roadside like Route 66 attractions where it's like, come on in and see the mummified Hoosie Boops, only $3, and you go in and it's just like a silly little mummy, like a fake prop or something. And so I like the idea that somewhere there was an actual dead guy that you can visit at an amusement park.
Yeah, and he almost made his way into an episode of The $6 Million Man. Unfortunately, I guess he probably got removed before they, included him, but he could have been a movie star or a TV star at least, I guess. But anyhow, yeah, cool theme park. I'm glad that it's captured in this movie, especially in 36. I mean, to see any theme park in 1936, to see just any footage of anything going on there is always a treat. But the fact that there's a really fun and funny action scene that's set there as well, I think is cool. And who knows, maybe even inspired things like Beverly Hills Cop 3, I think it was, right, with the theme park stuff. Yeah. This was probably like one of the very first big action scenes at a theme park, you would think. What else is this? Oh, there's a non-ironic use of my favorite non-explicit exclamation in this, which is "land sakes alive." Somebody says that as an actual exclamation, which is fun. That's how old this is. There's a scene at a nightclub where Eddie and his friend order dinner, and what they order for themselves are steak on toast and also a fresh pancake with maple syrup. Seem like strange dinner orders for a nightclub, but the waiter seems to take the order and go off. So I guess that was on the menu.
I wonder if that was a real like normal thing to eat, like at a nightclub at night, like a pancake with maple syrup, or if they only picked that so that they could do the joke. Because like later on, he's like looking at a hot lady, and he's like pouring the crap all over, and it goes everywhere. And then like he starts eating his napkin, like they do that whole thing. So like, I wonder if they only made him eat a pancake so that all that stuff would make sense, or if that's perfectly normal to do. Go out to basically like a bar and grill. Like the modern, the old timey equivalent of like a bar and grill, and order pancakes.
It's tough to say. I mean, in the 30s, I think they were doing some wild ass shit.
Yeah, I hope they were eating pancakes just regularly. I mean, they must have been, right? They didn't have like other stuff. It's not like they were, you can't get buffalo
was not
wings
invented yet. Yeah, buffalo wings not invented. No chalupas.
Yeah,
probably not even the 7-Eleven Big Bite on the market yet. So I don't even know what people ate back then.
Yeah, I have no idea. I guess just steak on toast and maple syrup pancakes.
It looked good. That pancake was real big. So
yeah.
What else is going on? I guess I should shout out the people that did the music in this, which are Harold Arlen, who is probably best known for doing all of the music for The Wizard of Oz. He wrote, Somewhere Over the Rainbow and all that stuff. So he did the songs in this, as well as Alfred Newman, who did all of the great Fox music of the Golden Age, including the iconic 20th Century Fox, company fanfare music that you hear before every Fox movie. That was Alfred Newman. So you got those guys that they're heavy hitters. I wouldn't say that this is their best work musically, but it's good stuff. These silly songs that Eddie Cantor and Ethel Merman sing are good songs. I mean, nothing incredibly memorable, but they're good. The dance sequences were from veteran dance choreographer Robert Alton, working, I guess I would say, in a style that is kind of Busby Berkeley-esque. But yeah, overall, this movie is basically just kind of designed as a showcase for Eddie Cantor's very specific comedic talents. And, they spend a lot of time letting him do his silly bits. And I think if you are somehow not charmed by Eddie Cantor, this movie probably sucks real bad for you, because you'll be like, who's this idiot just hamming it up the entire time? But if you, like me, are charmed by this man, and I really am, like I spent the entire runtime of this movie honestly just grinning, like looking like a hyena, just chuckling to myself. at this old-timey comedian, Eddie Cantor, who I love so much. But if you don't love him, you'll hate this. Anyways, if you're down, hit up Canopy for some grandpa laughs, I'd say. But what did you think, Bowman?
I didn't love this Eddie Cantor. I don't know. I have no strong feelings about him either way. Like I'd imagine that like if you were like I said earlier, like if you like were growing up in the 30s and you saw this guy, he was probably like the greatest, most funny dude of all time. And hearing that he probably influenced like the Looney Tunes and stuff like that makes sense, because a lot of times when I was watching this, I was just like, well, I've seen Daffy Duck eat a napkin thinking it was a pancake because he's looking at a hot girl. Like, why is this guy ripping off the Looney Tunes and everybody like this? So yeah, kind of hard to watch now because, and I don't know if this guy originated stuff like that or not. It's probably like some vaudeville stuff that's been around for 50 years at this point, I would guess, but kind of hard to watch because he's doing stuff that is so familiar and has been done kind of just over and over and over a million times now at this point. But he still has a little bit of a charm to him. Like I didn't hate him. I didn't think he was annoying or anything. But yeah, I don't know. I was, he's no Groucho, that guy's got pizzazz. I did like the Greek fellow. He had my favorite joke in this movie.
Oh yeah, you like to park your carcass.
I like park your carcass. He's talking to somebody and he says that he's a G-man, and they're like, "Oh my God, you're with the government?" And he goes, "No, I'm Greek." That's funny. That's a good joke. I like when government officials were referred to as G-men. I feel like we don't have a lot of that these days. So I like that joke. I like some of the dance numbers were fun. The musical numbers were fun. They were very big, very Busby Berkeley-y. And like none of the songs, I didn't really think the songs were like bangers or anything. Like they're pretty old, but like they were like fun and pleasant.
You wouldn't pick any of these for your next Music League submission. Which ironically, the next round is March musical themed. It's going to be songs from musicals. So you could pick any of these and it would be on topic, but you're telling me that you won't. You refuse.
I don't think I will. Yeah, maybe I will. Maybe I will to be cute, but I don't. I mean, I don't like, they're fine songs, but I just didn't like. There's other songs, even songs from this era, where I'm like, oh, this is a banger. This is hot. But I don't know. These were fine. The dancing was fun though. I think that they're having fun out there. There's that
Would
one
you say
song,
that those Goldwyn girls are foxy?
Most certainly, yeah. Yeah, a lot of sauciness. This is pre-code, so yeah, there's a lot of sauciness. Like there's the scene where like the lady is like backing up, like dancing, backing up, going through all the girls' legs. That's a saucy scene for the 30s. Seeing all these legs close up.
This is actually postcode though, by the way. They snuck all this in. Yeah, oh yeah.
Oh, okay.
Which I think is notable because there's also that dance scene where it's like, the one where it's like each girl is actually two different girls because the one girl is kind of sitting on top of the other girl whose legs are kind of coming at you.
Yeah.
And there's like a whole lot of like cameras going like right up into girls' skirts, which, post-code, I thought I was kind of surprised.
Yeah. That's why I thought it was pre-code, because there's a lot of exposed gams and specific shots on like legs and butts and stuff like that. So yeah, that's all right. Sneaking one by. But yeah, that dance number's cool too, with like the ladies who are like bent over because they're two ladies. That stuff's fun. There's the one scene where Eddie Cantor and the lady are like, they're having like their little love song on the Ferris wheel, and then they do like the old age makeup on them, to show like what they would be like. Like he's like singing her a song about how he wants to be in love with her and fall in love and be together forever, and so they put this old age makeup on him. The old age makeup looked really good. Yeah,
it did. He also kind of looks like a little bit like a billy goat when he's old. something about his appearance, but it's very cute.
Yeah. Yeah, they give him like a big beard that does that. Yeah, the makeup looked really good, and so I like that. And then yeah, the ending is very fun. The it's like just super fast paced, super like lots of cuts, a lot of silliness. Like even if it's like something that's green screened and you go, oh well, he's obviously just laying down on a bench, and they removed the bench digitally or whatever. Or I guess maybe they probably weren't doing stuff like that at this time, but like very rudimentary sort of special effects to make it look like this guy's flying out of a roller coaster when he isn't. Even aside from that stuff, it's good because it's so just fast paced and going from one thing to another and being kind of silly. So it's fun to watch.
Yeah, I feel like, at this point in time, to have a sequence like that does link all of these funny little bits together in that kind of a seamless way is pretty impressive. Like I'm used to seeing, Charlie Chaplin go out there on roller skates and fall over, and it's one joke or a series of jokes in one place, kind of about one thing. But this is, it's jumping from the roller coaster to the hot air balloon to the trapeze. So I thought that was cool.
Yeah. We watched that Fatty Arbuckle a while back. This reminded me of that, and yeah, that was a lot of what you're saying, where it's just like Fatty Arbuckle tripped and fell over in some water, and he was so fat that it splashed the little kids, and then that's the whole joke. They move on to like a whole new setup, after that. But yeah, this is just like a big, long, fun sequence. So I don't know. This is a little too old for me. There's nothing in it that I feel like pretty much everything it does, other things would do better, whether it be Looney Tunes or Buster Keaton or, whatever, or, like other better musicals. But it's all like fine enough. I wasn't mad at it.
All right. Well, would you recommend it for a fellow grandpa, though?
Yeah, if you're a grandpa, this is for you. Like this is gonna be your favorite movie of all time.
I think that's probably true, and that's kind of the angle that I'm coming at it from, is from the angle of a grandpa. And I think this guy is worth knowing. I think it would be a shame if you, Bowman, got through your entire movie watching, lifetime not having been exposed at least to a little bit of Eddie Cantor. You got to know these things. You got to be informed about the legends of the past, right?
Yeah. That makes sense. I'm down for it.
Well, I'm glad that you indulged me on this one. Trip into Grandpa-dom. It probably won't be our last journey into the realm of the very old, but whether or not we return our visit to, Grandpa Alley, I guess is up to you, because you'll be picking the next thing that we review on Junk Food Supper.
Indeed. I've been thinking a lot about this. We're still doing March musicals next week, and I thought long and hard about what to do. This is almost a grandpa movie. It's kind of old at this point, and it's a monumental occasion, a milestone in Junk Food Supper history, because this movie that we're going to watch next week is the first Junk Food Dinner redo.
Oh my God.
We're going to do a movie we did a million years ago on Junk Food Dinner, back before you were on the show, back before Mark, before Kevin. It's just me and Rusty starting it out.
Could this be a show that is sort of a disco-themed musical?
I don't think we're not going back that far. Although that would be good, because if I'm thinking of the same movie you're thinking about, The Apple, that was on episode 1, so that would have been a good redo. Mark did not like that movie. No, not The Apple. Close.
Mark loves The Apple now.
No, he hates it.
He loves it now. He's got the tattoos. He's cut his hair into the style of an apple.
We're going to do a movie we didn't do too far after The Apple, I don't think. It's pretty soon. Shock Treatment, the Rocky Horror sequel.
Oh my goodness, we're finally doing it.
We're going to do it. I know.
I've never seen it.
Yep. I know you've never seen it, and it's a sequel to Rocky Horror Picture Show, so you got to see it. I mean, it's a seminal part of movie history, and it's good. It's good in its own right. So it's got some bops, got some jams. It's worth seeing. So we're going to talk about that.
Does Ethel Merman make an appearance?
She may. I don't know. Well, I was going to say I don't know what she would have looked like 50 years later, but because of that good-ass old age makeup, I guess I do know what she would look like. And she is not in the movie.
Okay. Well, I'm excited. Color me shocked.
I'm glad to hear it. I think you might enjoy this one. You're a Rockies man. You like Rocky, right?
I like the horrors of Rocky.
I thought so. Well, this is kind of like that, but different.
Awesome. Okay. Well, that'll be next week. That will be next week, right? Or it's not Kevin, right?
No, we'll do this next week, and then we're going to take a week off, and then we're going to come back with Kevin.
Come back to cap off March Musical with definitely 3 musical picks when you get back.
Yeah, 3 musical picks the first week of of April. So it'll be quite a weird theme show, but we're doing it.
Awesome. Well, and before that, just 1 musical pick, but it's going to be a doozy with shock treatment. So I look forward to that. In between now and then, you can do all of the things that we tell you to do. Go to junkfooddinner.com. That's where you can get back episodes of this show as well as JFD. Go to patreon.com/junkfooddinner. That's where you can throw us a few bucks if you like this show, if you're having fun. And in addition to, just throwing us a few bucks, we will throw you a few bonus episodes of this show. Actually, a ton of bonus episodes. We've been recording this Twin Peaks review show, The Bookhouse Boys, for what feels like 15 years. And you might enjoy listening to our takes on Twin Peaks.
Yeah. I mean, if you enjoy Twin Peaks, and pretty much everybody on Earth does, I don't see why you wouldn't like this.
Yeah. We've also got an email address. It's jfdpodcast@gmail.com. We've got a voicemail number. That's 347-746-JUNK. That's 347-746-5865. So leave us a voicemail. Let your voice be heard. But I think that's about all for this week. So until next time, this is your friend, Sen Byro, for your other friend, Perky Beantown Bowman, saying keep washing them dishes.
Hell yeah.
You know, ladies and gentlemen, earlier March, I ran into a fine piece of talent down in Miami. A kid who might be the Danny Kaye of tomorrow. May I bring out Joel Grey. Joel, come out here, Joel. Joel Grey, I understand that your ambition is to be a comedian?
That's right, sir.
Why? Have you any reason?
Well, I guess it's because my dad's a comedian. Maybe you know him. Mickey Katz?
Oh, Mickey Katz. Of course, I know Mickey Katz from Miami. But here's Mickey Katz and you're Joel Grey? Why did your father change his name?
He didn't change his name, sir. I changed mine when I went into show business.
Joel Grey and Katz. You know what Benjamin Franklin said at night? All cats are gray?
Did Benjamin Franklin say that?
Yes, he did.
And what did you say to him?
Yes, Joel, you're a comedian, all right, and one day you may be on the cover of Look magazine, as are all of the comedians in television today in this current issue. Ladies and gentlemen, I nominate for stardom Joel Grey from Miami Beach. Here he is.
Don't do this, don't do that, it's all I hear at home. Eat your food, make your bed, it's whirling in my dome. And so I run to have some fun, 'cause youth is here to stay. Oh, I got a girl that's out of this world, and we dance the night away. And dance night away. Don't do this, don't do that, it's all I hear at home. Eat your food, make your bed, it's swirling in my dome. My mother raised me very well, according to the book. She studied child psychology. Pop would clean and cook. My dad's a bit old-fashioned. I'll tell you why that's so. He still likes a star that sang like this 80 years ago. If you know Susie like I know Susie, oh, the joy. And I'm so classy, this her lassie. Oh, my goodness, what a gassy. That's his music. Oh, what a man. An institution older than the Morris class. You know Cantor, like I know Cantor. Oh! I'm healthy, I'm happy, haven't got a care, haven't got an ulcer, haven't got the hair, young enough to lick the world, my spirit is aglow, 18 years of age and I'm raring to go, raring to go, raring to go.
Are you Joel Gray?
Oh yes, I'm Joel Gray.
I have something for you.
Thank you, sir. Since you are so healthy, and since you're youthful too, greetings, kid, from Uncle Sam. Greetings, kid, from Uncle Sam. Signed draft board 102.
Joel Gray, I have something to tell you. You belong in a Broadway show, honestly you do. There's a producer out front tonight. Open the door, so it's rehearsal today. And in the next 2 weeks, they're going to start rehearsals for a show called Curtain Going Up. And if you like, you're a member of that company. Okay, Joel?
Thank you, sir.
Isn't he young? Isn't he wonderful? He's so wonderfully young, you could kill him.